Jefferson County Court Law number 2 is now in session. Court is in session with the special review docket on today's date of December 1st of 2022. First case is cause number 330766. The state of Texas versus Juan Carlos Yat Vincente. Mr. Vincente is presently on Zoom. Mr. Vincente does not speak English. His attorney, Mr. Charlie Rojas, does speak English and Spanish, which is Vincente's language. Mr. Rojas, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Rojas, do you swear to interpret Spanish to English and English to Spanish? So help you God?
I do.
Mr. Rojas, you may put your hand down. Mr. Rojas, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you.
That's good. Now, Mr. Rojas, will you be waiving a record in Mr. Vincente's case?
We will, Your Honor.
State is represented in this case by Attorney Lamar Johnson. Attorney Johnson, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor.
Mr. Rojas, ask Mr. Vincente is his full name, Juan Carlos Yat Vincente.
¿Su nombre completo es Juan Carlos Yat Vicente?
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. Vincente, how are you doing?
¿Cómo está, señor?
Bien.
Well.
Okay, that's good. Mr. Vincente, would you please raise your right hand?
Señor Vicente, levanta la mano derecha.
Mr. Vincente, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
¿Juras o afirmas que vas a decir la verdad, toda la verdad y solamente la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
You may put your hand down.
Puede bajar la mano.
Mr. Vincente, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office.
Señor Vicente, el juez tiene enfrente de él un documento que se llama Información, que fue registrado por parte de la oficina del fiscal.
This information alleges that on or about July 13th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level 0.5 or more.
Esta información dice que más o menos el 13 de julio de 2021, mientras que usted estaba manejando un vehículo aquí en el condado de Jefferson, andaba manejando en ebrio con un nivel del alcohol que es 0.15 o más.
Mr. Vincente, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Señor Vicente, ¿entiende los cargos?
Sí.
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Vincente, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Y señor Vicente, a los cargos, ¿cómo se declara? ¿Culpable o no culpable?
Culpable.
Guilty.
Mr. Vincente, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments.
El juez tiene enfrente de él un documento que se llama Avisos de Declaraciones en un caso misdemeanor.
At the bottom of this document, there are a set of initials, JV, that are below a paragraph that is titled Citizenship. Did you place your initials on this document?
En la primera página hay unos iniciales JB que aparece ahí donde está hablando de la ciudadanía. ¿Esos son tus iniciales?
Sí.
Yes.
Mr. Vincente, are you a citizen of the United States?
Señor Vicente, ¿usted es ciudadano de Estados Unidos?
No.
No.
Mr. Vincente, below this paragraph that is titled Citizenship, it states, if you are not a U.S. citizen, a plea of guilty or nolo contendere may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to this country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Do you understand that?
Señor Vicente, lo que dice ahí es que por no ser ciudadano y si se declara culpable puede resultar en su deportación, te puede negar la entrada al país y te puede negar la ciudadanía bajo la ley federal. ¿Entiendes todo eso?
Sí, entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
And do you still want to go forward with your plea?
Y entendiendo todo esto, ¿todavía quiere seguir con su declaración?
¿Es todo?
¿Quiere seguir con el caso?
Oh, no, no. Oh, ¿cómo así?
Ok, entendiendo todo lo que puede pasar con migración, sabiendo todo eso, ¿quiere seguir con lo que habíamos dicho? ¿Con el crédito?
Oh, ¿de cuál crédito? Oh,
Del acuerdo que tenemos con el Estado por el tiempo servido.
sí, por el tiempo servido está bien.
Ok, ¿quiere seguir con el caso entonces?
Oh, sí. Oh,
Okay. Yes, okay. He was a little confused, Judge. He wants to continue.
Okay. Now, Mr. Vicente, on page, on this, I have another document before me. This document is titled For all foreign nationals except those from mandatory notification countries. Ask Mr. Vicente, what country is he from?
Señor Vicente, ¿de qué país eres?
de Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Guatemala. Oh, man. Okay, they're not one of the mandatory notifications. Mr. Vicente, I have before me this document that is titled For All Foreign Nationals Except Those from Mandatory Notification Countries.
El juez te está enseñando un papel que es por las gentes extraños del país, menos la gente que son del país a quien tenemos que avisar. ¿Se acuerda que firmamos eso?
Sí,
Do you recognize this document?
¿Reconoce ese papel?
sí.
Yes.
And is this your signature?
¿Y esa es tu firma en ese papel?
Sí.
Yes.
And the last sentence of this paragraph states, do you want us to notify your consular officers at this time? And it's circled no. Is that correct?
Ahí dice que no quieres avisar a su consulado de tu país. ¿Eso es la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, now before you sign any and circled this document, did your attorney go over this document with you in Spanish?
Antes de firmar ese papel, el abogado que soy yo, te expliqué todo el papel en español.
Sí.
Yes.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
¿Y entendiste todo lo que te explicó el abogado?
Sí.
Yes.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
¿Y todo lo que viene en ese papel es la verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Rojas, pursuant to this case of Padilla versus Kentucky, did you advise your client of the consequences of pleading guilty or no contest to this charge by him not being a citizen of the United States?
I did, Your Honor.
Now, on page 2 of State's Exhibit number 1, there are a set of initials on a line that is titled guilty. Ask him, did you place your initials on this document?
En ese papel que te está enseñando son los iniciales ahí donde aparece culpable. ¿Usted puso sus iniciales ahí?
Sí.
Yes.
On page 3 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
En página 3 es una firma donde aparece su nombre. ¿Esa es su firma ahí?
Sí.
Yes.
The next document that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Ese papel es su derecho de apelar el caso. ¿Entiendes ese papel? ¿O reconoce ese papel?
Sí.
Yes.
And is this your signature above the line that is titled defendant?
¿Y ahí aparece su firma también en ese papel?
sí,
Yes.
There are two boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Ahí también dice que como es un acuerdo de caso, no tienes derecho de apelar el caso. ¿Entiendes eso?
sí,
Yes.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Ahí también dice que sí, como es un acuerdo, si el juez acepta el acuerdo, abandonas tu derecho de apelar. ¿Entiendes eso también?
sí,
Yes.
I also have a document here on paper. That's titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
También te está enseñando un papel que es una certificación de discovery en este caso. ¿Reconoce ese papel?
sí,
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that is titled Defendant?
¿Y esa es tu firma en ese papel también?
sí,
Yes.
Mr. Vicente, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you in Spanish?
Señor Vicente, antes de firmar todos esos papeles que te enseñó el juez, ¿te los explicó tu abogado en español?
sí,
Yes.
And did you understand everything that he went over?
¿Y entendiste todo lo que te explicó?
sí,
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit, well, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer States 1?
Yes, Your Honor, State Officer Stage 1.
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection, State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Rojas, you advising counsel, Mr. Vicente, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Vicente, your attorney, Mr. Rojas, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Señor Vicente, el abogado Rojas te ha avisado en este caso. ¿Estás satisfecho con su representación?
sí,
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
¿Te ha dado aviso legal competente y completo?
sí,
Yes.
Mr. Vicente, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Entonces, señor, el juez te encuentra que hay suficiente evidencia para encontrarte culpable en este caso, acepta tu declaración de culpable en este caso también.
State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for defendant's plea of guilty in this case, the state is recommending confinement in the Jefferson County Jail for a period of 30 days. Your Honor, we're asking that the court give the defendant credit for 30 days previously spent in jail, making this a time served plea agreement, Your Honor. And lastly, we're asking that the court use the time served to both tax and retire the court costs.
Okay. Mr. Vicente, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you've already served 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you will be given credit for the time that you've already served.
Señor Vicente, la oferta del Estado es tiempo servido por 30 días del cárcel del condado de Jefferson, pero no tendrás que pagar más tiempo porque el tiempo de 30 días, ese tiempo ya está pagado.
The court cost in this case is $457, but you will not have to pay the $457 court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired.
Los gastos de corte en este caso son $457, pero no los tendrás que pagar porque el tiempo que pagaste con cárcel, eso ya pagó los gastos de corte.
Mr. Yad Vincente, do you understand what Do you understand the state's offer?
¿Entiende la oferta del Estado?
Sí, entiendo.
Yes.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
¿Crees que la oferta en tu caso es justo?
Sí, está bien, está bien.
Yes, it's good.
And do you accept the state's offer?
¿Y aceptas la oferta del Estado?
Sí, acepto.
Yes, I accept it.
Okay, Mr. Yad Vincente, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. This will conclude your case. If you do not have anything else holding you in, you should be getting out today. Please knock on the door, follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Rojas, you're free to go as well.
Thank you, Judge.
Gracias.
Your Honor, may I approach very briefly without the defendant on Ashley Nelson?
Hold on a minute.